You guys want to hear some crazy shit? What if I told you that a lot of these dark, scary, horror-like conspiracy theory videos that you've heard about are literally made by the actual dark elites because it's a timeline game? They actually want you to hear those videos. They want you to start believing in it because how it works is there are infinite Earths, meaning there are infinite timelines. So any and everything you've ever heard is real on some timeline. But whether or not it's real for your current timeline is up to you, because your current timeline is based on your field and your assumptions, your beliefs, and your overall just state of inner joy, right? So say you have no inner joy that day and you're assuming these dark things, you're literally going to shift down levels of the video game onto different floors, if you will, of Earth where those bad, scary things are real. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the people that are making those scary videos, like, like the scary Illuminati videos with the creepy music playing, I hate to say it, but a lot of those people are unknowingly being puppeteered as one of their vessels in order to spread that seepage, in order to spread that bleed through, because that is quantum bleed through. It's almost like, think that there's like a door that they're barred off from going through, so they start to like seep energy through the cracks in order to try to lure you from the trail. Like, they want you to follow the trail of their seepage back to the door and open the door and basically go into their territory so that they can actually feed on you and get you into these fear-based lower hell realm Earths. Yes, there are Earths where those cruel things are happening. There are Earths where there are underground cities. There are Earths where celebrities are a part of that. There are Earths where there's cloning going on. There's Earths where crazy, bad, scary, horrific things that I don't even want to imagine are taking place. And there's also Earths where none of that's happening and it's just simply conspiracy theories. And what really determines what's going on your Earth, again, is you and your field. So say, I don't know, say you like a certain celebrity and you feel that they're good, they've inspired you, you project good onto them, you almost look at them like a spirit guide. You're co-creating a timeline where they're genuinely good and they're genuinely a normal human trying to figure out life like everybody else, and nothing fishy is going on. You're co-creating a higher timeline, right? That's why we say the world is yours, because it literally is every single day. And so make sure you're co-creating good Earths like that, because say you're feeling good about that person, you're projecting good onto them, you're co-creating a good timeline, and then all of a sudden you get on TikTok and you see a scary conspiracy theory about that individual with creepy piano music playing, like the do-do-do-do-do, you know that one. It's creepy. That is quantum bleed through from like an evil quantum version of that person trying to knock through the door and get you to go down into those lower Earths. And before you know it, your lower chakras are out of whack, your upper chakras are out of whack, and you're back in a fear-based reality, forgetting that you're the one creating it. They want you to forget that you're in control. And they want to break you to where even if you did know that you're in control, it would be very hard because of all the energy attacks, the siphonings, the chakra mess. Like, these are messed up people. Like, they want you they want to break you to the point where even if you did know this stuff, it wouldn't do any good because your nervous system would be so deeply traumatized. So that's why I'm making this video, to help you guys to not even have to go through that, and to not even, like, that way you can just avoid it. You know what I'm saying? And if you do dip your toe in it, that's fine, just to experience how real it is. Just make sure to pull yourself out, you know? My final advice for this video is to think about it like a Mandela effect. You guys have probably heard of the Mandela effect, right? Think about it that, like, when you choose to change your own internal projection on someone or something, you're co-creating micro Mandela effect waves in your field that can actually create a real Mandela effect for you. But what's really going on is you're shifting, you're tuning in to a different timeline, to a different reality. So you're the one shifting. That's why it's always your world. And ascension, as bad as this sucks to say and to hear, because believe me, I hated to have to accept this harsh truth, at the end of the day, you only got yourself. Everyone else is on their own journey. And once you truly, truly accept that and learn to, like, view that in a positive way and kind of, like, you know, not crash out about it, and you actually, like, maturely kind of realize, like, okay, if it's always my world and I'm the one co-creating, then I just need to really go within and picture the world that I want and who I want to be. So in other words, you know how, like, when people manifest, when people manifest things, they try to align with that version of them. I'm just trying to say that you're already doing this, but with the entire world, and hell, to be honest, even the entire multiverse itself. What you believe is going on in space right now, you're co-creating. So assume wisely, guys. That's why it's best to stay positive and create your own lore. Create your own stories. And then that's when it gets really magical. That is when the magic truly begins. Because you're already creating your own lore anyway. It's just your brain doesn't know the difference between what's yours and what you're feeding into, you know? And you're already creating your own lore anyway. But are you really creating your own? Or are you just pulling from what other people are saying to build your own? Now you know that you can completely build yours from every level of the game. So how are you involved with the elites? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they maybe a secret spirit guide to you? Or are they evil? It's up to you, because it always is. Is McDonald's secretly serving humans? Or is it just normal meat? Both are real, so assume wisely. That will really make you think. Next time you eat McDonald's, you're gonna have to co-create it to actually be what they say it is, and to align to a higher timeline. Because there are lower timelines where it's not. You see what I'm saying? Or you could create your own lore. I could say anything. I could say that there's freaking toenail clippings in it. I could say that there's a magic substance from Mars that came down out of a milky cloud from a moon on Mars that went through Mars, and now it has radioactive stuff that makes it easier for them to control humans, and then they put that in it. See, I just channeled some random shit. That's me creating my lore. Now, would I want to apply and co-create that lore further? No. Put that back to the drawing board and create something intentional. You see what I'm saying? So, say you eat a piece of fruit. The more you feel like it's going to be good for you, the more it will. Or even with a greasy burger. You know, if you believe it's going to be good for you and you co-create it well enough, you can. That's why there's people that can reality shift to these other worlds, and in their scripts, they literally script that they can eat whatever the heck they want, and they'll never get fat, and they'll never get unhealthy. you can do that here too. Like, you know how people make these like huge long scripts for reality shifting? Like, you guys know how people like will script like, I want to go to Hogwarts and do this and do that and do that. You can do that here is what I'm trying to say, and you already are. So it's just, it's a little bit different because you're already anchored into your past life up till now, but it has the same potential, I'll put it that way. Is the Galactic Federation gonna show up tomorrow or next year or in 10 years? It's up to you. See what I'm saying? But it's just like, how well can you actually like align to the story and align to the version of yourself and your identity that aligns with that story? That's what determines what will play out. And also, the hard part is just figuring out, what do you truly want? Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's really hard. That was hard for me. Like, what do I really want? If I could do anything, if I could co-create my reality to be anything, what would I really want? And a lot of that gets into programming. And you really have to dig deep and realize that anything that brings you joy and anything that makes you happy is good, no matter how weird, no matter how dark, no matter how bad that is to some other people, Like, in other words, be yourself. For example, a narcissist would think that simple, basic human expressions bad, right? Like, a lot of these narcissists are like, you can't be that way, you can't express yourself that way, cut your hair, like, you can't grow your hair out long, cut your hair. Or, you like that, you can't like that, stuff like that. So in other words, you have to really undo all of the programming of society telling you who to be, and you have to find yourself, and that'll make it easier to co-create stories and projections that actually build you up and start to build your world. That is the 5D shift. It's a personal journey. It's not collective. That's another lie. So I hope this finds you well on your journey, my friends. Peace out. Thank you to anybody that listened. I'm out. Peace out. Advice is, it's a process. Don't try to script any and everything that you can in the world, because you can't, like, it's weird because, like, yes, ultimately you can reach a point of mastery where you can control everything in a good way, not in a narcissistic victim way. But if you take on more than you can chew at first, you're going to start getting burned out and you're going to start falling into victimhood again. Like, you'll be trying to co-create a good reality, and then, like, a narcissist in your life comes in to the room and, like, completely spirals you. That can be frustrating. It's not an overnight process. It's still a lot of healing. It's still a lot of ups and downs. And the number one takeaway I want you guys to take away from this is just focus on the things you can control in your life and that you already have under control, and really project as much joy and abundance that you can into that. Like, just the little things, like, be more present with the little things that you can already control, and start messing around with the identity and the story around those things first, and then move on to bigger scales, right? So it's almost like a science and an art form. It's almost like an art in itself, navigating all of this. And that's part of the game too. That's why we're doing this, sources. It's kind of like who can play their cards right. So hope this helps. Peace out. A video game, you start at level 1, so you got to work on mastering the things a level 1 can, and then your awareness will expand more to be able to hold more light. Then you can do level 2. You can't do a level 100 thing at level 1. It's like an RPG. So start looking at this like a game. Okay, now I promise I'll shut up. Much love, guys. Peace out. I know that's the third time I'm saying it. I mean it this time. Good luck on your journeys.